Okay, in this video, we review the giggle after this. Hello out there, I'm the oldest nerd, and I have to say from the outset that this was one that kept your attention, that was exciting, was a bit scary, was a bit of a question as to how it was all going to play out. We knew from the beginning that the toy maker was going to be one of the Doctor's most dangerous and most challenging adversaries. And played by Neil Patrick Harris, who plays it perfectly. It fits into all of his strengths. He is a magician. He is a song and dance man. He has the acting ability to be able to play a campy and evil and menacing part all at the same time. He's able to jump from one accent to the other without missing a beat. This is incredible talent that he has, and he makes a great counterpoint to David Tennant's character. As both of them are very good actors, they're able to play off each other in a way that a lesser actor could not do. So hats off to Neil Patrick Harris. An honorable mention to Ruth Madley, who plays Shirley, that is the science specialist number 57, and which has been called by the fandom Barbie on wheels. She actually has spina bifida, which is why she is able to move around somewhat, but still is mostly confined to a wheelchair. Part of this, I think, is why they put ramps in the TARDIS. She's probably going to be used much more in upcoming episodes. An interesting character there. Of course, always like to see Kate Lethbridge Stewart, and for the first time we see Unit inside, a very 21st century looking Unit, and we see the Doctor for the first time looking really frightened. The first time he's ever told Donna, go back to the TARDIS and save yourself. He really did not think he could get out of this. It wasn't until her encouragement that he was able to push on. We also see Mel, who was the last companion of the Sixth Doctor, that's Colin Baker, and also the very first part of Sylvester McCoy. And she, although she was depicted early on as a computer person, she never went close to a computer any time during the old series. And so for her working for Unit now, actually being their head person for dealing with computers and such, it fit. We find out what's happened to the Master. We find out a new, more powerful adversary that is coming. The toy maker mentions the one who waits. We don't know who that is, but there's all kind of speculation because there are a lot of other dimensionally godlike figures that have been mentioned in and shown in Doctor Who. It's interesting where they have a puppet show where they show Amy and Clara and Bill as downed companions, and while the Doctor struggles to justify what happened to them. Of course, we don't see anything of Bernard Cribbins. He, of course, was able to only shoot the one scene that was in the previous episode, but they do have a dub of something he did earlier that was used in a distant shot of a double, and he's referred to later. So that is good that he is being noted there. And then they give you some actual history with John Logie Baird, who was the person who invented the spinning disc type of television, and he did use a ventriloquist dummy. This one was a marionette in this episode, but John Logie Baird actually used a ventriloquist dummy head and used that as the first subject in which to put on television. Later on, when Philo Farnsworth was testing the American television system, the electronic system, they used a wooden representation of Felix the cat. It was used this way because there was more contrast in the painted dummy than it would be if they put a human in front of there. And also the heat of the lights that they had on it at first would have been too intense for anybody to be under there for any period of time. So, and in fact, in this, they show Stooky Bill, which they called the ventriloquist dummy, burning. It did not in the real history. At any rate, that kind of links in the toy maker with the first television broadcast, and it features into the plot of the episode as well. And the giggle being this signal that goes over all of the screens that's causing people to all believe that they're right. When asked about this, the toy maker says, well, I love these people. They love to play games. They all want to win, so I let them all win. And they also lose, says the doctor. And he says, yes. So a very, very intense episode all the way up to this. Now, we knew when we came in that it was going to be a transition between David Tennant and Judy Gatwa. And the way they did this was something we've never seen before, and some people may have some problems with the type of regeneration that happened. They always say, well, it feels different this time. It's one of the more heard lines at the time that doctors are regenerating. And in this case, it really was different. And we have much more time on screen with Ncuti Gatwa than we expected. And he shows himself to be a most worthy doctor. And his attitude is, let's have some fun with this. And so this is an interesting step back into some of the classic Who, I believe, where if you go back to the third and fourth Doctor, they were not nearly so brooding and guilty and regret-ridden, but rather were playing along. I think of the fourth Doctor who, even on being arrested, he would just go ahead of the arresting officers and say, well, what are you waiting for? Let's go. And so it's a matter of taking things into your own hands and never letting anything intimidate you. And that is something that I think that perhaps the Doctor lost in the reboot, and they're restoring it here. There are some questions as who the legions are that are going to be following the toy maker. There are some questions as to who the one who waits is, and the question of a hand that picked up a gold tooth at the end of the episode. So who could this be? And there are some guesses on this. This is not a spoiler, but I believe, based on some other fan theories that I've heard, that this is actually Jinx Monsoon, who is going to be playing one of the new Doctor's greatest adversaries. So this could be something that leads to that. We don't know if Jinx is going to be the one who waits, or the boss is referred to by the Meep, but there are all kinds of things, and seeing that RTD likes to do overarching themes like they did with Bad Wolf, my thinking is the one who waits is going to be going through the entire season of Doctor Who in 2024. So we have yet to wait for the Christmas episode in which the new Doctor will encounter goblins and meets his new companion Ruby Sunday. So there's a lot to look forward to. But I have to say that if you want to talk about a big finish for David Tennant, this really fulfilled that. It was exciting, it was suspenseful, it was scary in places, it was delightful to watch, and I hope you enjoyed it too. So I'd like to know what you think about it. There's a lot being written about what is going to happen in the new series, and of course what has happened in these 3 specials, and I would like to know what you think about this as well. So please leave some comments below, and if you've not subscribed yet, please do so, and of course if you would click a like, that would make me very happy. So until we talk next time, don't go far.